and welcome to the final review, or the review of the hotel. This is my last night. I'm making this review right now before having to take my flight early morning, so I don't have time to make a full review. So I'm doing one here just before going to bed. And we're going to be talking about everything. I'm going to be talking about the service and everything. We're going to be doing our final score now. I'm really excited for this because just want to say overall, I recommend Tromsø. It is a great place to be. It is fun. It's amazing. And you will have a lot of things to do. I still didn't get to see everything I wanted to. So that's something that you would look out for. So I would recommend Tromsø. And overall, my experience with this hotel as well has been great. But let's get into the score and review. What do I think of this hotel? Let's start off with the staff. And they are very limited when they are, because the whole idea is that Inter Backpack Hotel, which is what this place is called, is a cheap budget hotel for young people who wish to travel on a budget. So, and on some points the staffing is limited. It's like from this time it was from 10 to 18 o'clock, which is fine. They make it very easy for you to arrive. If you arrive outside hours, they leave a key. You can enter the reception. There's a key box. They give you the code and tell you what box it is. That's how it worked for me. It was very easy and simple. It couldn't have been easier. So even though they're not here, it's still easy. Now, what am I score for them? Even though they are limited, they're not here 24/7. They are very nice, and I will give staff a 5. And because they are so friendly, the time I talk to them, they are really interested in talking to you, getting to know you, where you're from. It's like talking to friends almost, and they are very, very sweet. This time it was 2 young, lovely ladies that were working here, and they were really sweet and nice. And if I return here, I'll be happy to see them again because they were really friendly. And so that's a 5 on the scoreboard. Probably the highest I've ever given, actually. So for the first time, I've given a 5 out of 5. But they were nice to talk to. I actually ended up spending more time talking to them than I expected to do. Next off is the room itself. What I'm going to give the room? A 3. That might be low, but there are a few things that could be improved that I feel like could be better. I feel like a 4 is too much because the room is great. It's a small, nice room. You get more than I expected. Like the fact that you get your own fridge is so cool. And you have a TV, which is great as well. There's just a few things that just does get a little annoying, or the potential to be annoying is there. It's so close to being a 4, but I feel like I'm just gonna play it safe and say a 3. So the room itself is nice. The beds are comfortable. The view is okay, and which is not really the most important thing. You have a little chair. You can't really see it, but you can actually see it there. My t-shirt is hanging on there. And there's a TV, and you can basically be set. And you have your own bathroom. I paid for having my own bathroom, and it's small. It's a bit limited, but it works. It's manageable. But let me tell you about my complaints. So what is it that really puts it down? First of all, let's start with the bathroom. Other than it's being small, which can be understandable for being budget, but I don't feel like it being a budget hotel should be an excuse for everything. But the fact is that they don't have, which I expected them to have. I can't remember what they're called, but they're these little, I won't call them a rubber brush, but you know those with the rubber lip. You use them to clean windows with. I was hoping they had that, but they don't, which meaning the water flows on the floor. You can't really get rid of it unless you use a towel, but it's going to get really wet. So if you want to brush your teeth or do something else in front of the mirror, you'll have to almost move to the side and stand really awkwardly. So that's one thing. Secondly, you can hear the neighbors. I don't know if you've been able to hear them talk right now. My first night, I could hear people showering, people talking, I could hear people walking, and it can be a bit of an inconvenience if you want to get a good night's sleep. I'm trying to stay quiet, but I also want the mic to pick up what I'm saying, so it's also an important thing as well. But yeah, you can hear they are not as noise reducing rooms, so if some people are being loud, you'll hear it, and they can either be, if you have to hope that people are quiet, but you can always rely on that. Secondly, the door here isn't exactly 100% sealed, because I can actually see the light outside the room. It's turned on 24/7, so I can actually see the light coming in through the door, and it's pointing right at me. So that's another thing that's a bit of an inconvenience, and those kind of add up to where I say 3 for the room. Next thing I want to talk about is, now, this place doesn't have breakfast, but they do have a kitchen. So at least we can fill that in there and make that a substitute for the breakfast one, because they have a kitchen. So how good is it? And I'll say 4. You get everything you need there. You have all the different things you need. The reason why I'm saying a 4 is that I was missing a few things I wanted to use, like for instance a spatula, and then some of those things were missing, which were really important, so I had to use other ways. So it wasn't perfect, but it was good. So I'll say a 4 is a very fair, good one to use for this review. And that's it. Let's quickly move on to the next, which is the location and the last part of this review. And I'm gonna give this a 4. It's a 4-5-minute walk from the main center. And the reason why it's getting a 4 as well, not only because it's 5-6 minutes, it could be a 5. It's not in the middle of the city center, but it's really close by. But it's on a hill, and if you're not a fit person, if you don't train that much, it's gonna be a workout to get up there. I'm out of breath once I finally reach the top. If we add all this up, it's gonna be a 4 review. 4 out of 5 for this hotel, which I find great. I'm not gonna take the pricing into consideration, but I will tell you what I paid for this hotel. So, the pricing. For this hotel, I stayed 5 days, which were technically 3 because I arrived really late and I'm leaving really early. But that's not really something to do with the hotel. That has mostly to do with your plane. But for this hotel, for 5 days, I paid 205 euros. And I can't see that being any cheaper for what you get. I'll say for everything you get, it's amazing. Like, with everything you have in this room, I expected to have less. Obviously, I did mention before, like, even though, yes, it's a budget hotel, you can kind of tell it looks a little bit run down. Some of the paint, I think you can actually see it right here, right? You see that there? Something like that. There's like some of the paint is coming off in the bathroom, but it's not a big deal. Like, if you're here for a budget, that's kind of what you expect. But 205 euros is a very good price. So I can really recommend this hotel for you if you want to stay in Tromsø. Lovely people, lovely, nice room, and nice kitchen facilities as well. And for the plane, I actually paid more for the plane tickets. Now, I have to fly 4 times because I have a stop in Oslo. I paid 220 euros for that with Norwegian. It really depends. I know this is for specifically my trip, and that's only the tickets. That's not seat reservations. Usually I do that because I always want to get the window seat. And so that's the price. A 4 out of 5 for a price of 205 euros. I can't really see that being cheaper or better. So yeah, this is my best review so far. Tromsø Inter Backpack Hotel is the review. Is my final score. So yeah, I guess that is it. I'll be going to bed because I have to wake up early to catch the flight. And I guess that'll be it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this amazing journey in Tromsø. I have really enjoyed this place, and I'm so happy that you guys are here. I really appreciate you guys watching through. Anyway, you guys have a really great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Now, hold on a minute, the video is still not finished. I actually do have a little bit of bonus content from the airport itself and a little bit from my flight home. So here's a little bit I want to show you from the airport itself. It's not a lot, it's a small airport, also short runway, small, basically everything. So here's the gates, there's not really a lot here to see, but it's still a nice, cozy little airport. And as we were boarding, I was so lucky that I actually once again got a free upgrade to the emergency exit seats with extra legroom. I actually got this on both my flights home, so it really helps to just ask. So of course, but what was extra interesting about this particular seat I got is that you have your standard tray there, of course, but I got an extra tray in the seat. Now, they were not there on my flight to Tromsø and on my second flight home. I don't really know why they chose to do this. This was interesting. Well, no flight review is not complete without a toilet review. I hope you can hear my voice. It's like really loud in here. This is the toilet. Limited space, but it's doable. Yeah. And that's something. If this sounds too bad, I'll just voice over it. Now I also want to do a really quick review of Norwegian Airlines itself, or Norwegian Air Shuttle. It is a budget carrier. I really love flying with them, but they of course are a budget carrier, so you shouldn't really expect that much from them. Their services are great, the staff is really nice, and there's nothing for free. You know, obviously you get some cheap tickets most of the time, but you pay for everything on the flight, everything that you want. If it's coffee or anything, or water, you have to pay for it. It's not like flag carriers where you can maybe sometimes get something for free, like I did on a flight that I did with Swiss, where I got free water and a piece of chocolate. Here you don't really get anything, but that's the whole point of a budget carrier. You shouldn't really be expecting that much that you get for free, but they are really nice staff. I had some chats with them. They're really sweet to talk to, but obviously I don't want to disturb them too much. I always try to, let them do their job, but it's a nice flight with them. I have no complaints with them. I've flown with them 6 times now. I have nothing bad to say about them, even though I'm still going to give them a 3 out of 5. That might seem low, but again, it is a budget carrier, but they still do a solid job. They get you from point to point, but again, it's just, you get in, you get out. The seating are still almost no leg room for me. I had one flight where I had the regular seats, and yeah, not much leg room, but they do what they say that they do. Like, there's nothing bad about them at all that I could say. I am very satisfied with them, so yeah, I'll say give them a solid 3 out of 5 on the score. So yeah, but I'd recommend flying with them if you ever get the chance. And so that concludes my trip to Tromsø. I'm sorry this video took so long to come out, at least this last part, work and all stuff. But I am so happy with this trip. I loved every bit of it. I'd even say I'd recommend Tromsø as your first trip to Norway, because you have a lot to see in such a small area. You've got great public transport, and the airport is close by. Yeah, that's just all. Thank you all guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This was so much fun. This was a great experience. And yeah, that's just all I have to say. Take care, everyone, and I appreciate you all, and have a great day. Bye, guys.